What are some of your other favorite sort of races that maybe people haven't heard of that are, the less common than I think people maybe have heard of mantises, but then the
Yep.
grays and the
Yep.
reptilians and the, like the common ones, but what are the weird ones?
Yeah, for sure. So there's another being that I connected with recently. And I haven't seen, well, no, okay, I've seen this species a couple of times connected with the Galactic Federation, but they're quite rare. I forget what the being's name was, but they came through in a Galactic Federation summit and they were a rhinoceros being. I don't know how else to say that, but they were like quite large. I would say maybe not too big. I would say around 6 feet tall, but like very wide. And their skin was very much so like a rhinoceros or like an elephant type, but they were very humanoid as well. So 2 legs, 2 arms, torso, 1 head. And they had this huge giant snout that came out with 2 horns on it. And I really loved his energy. Like, I don't know if that's this, because I haven't interacted with enough of them. I don't know if that's like the whole species has that vibe or if this is an individual case,
Mm.
but he was so like, felt like a guardian type of energy, but so calm, so put together, so like steadfast, like just a very calming presence was this like rhino being. And I didn't get a name for their species either. Like, what is the name of their beings? So that was one. Oh yeah, recently, and I haven't mentioned this anywhere because it's just my own experience. Uh, there was this being that kept showing up in all of my meditations, and this is probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm like, who are you? And honestly, this happens regularly enough that like I don't just stop everything I'm doing and channel like, who are you and what do you want? Like I just kind of let it go. But they come through long enough that I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why are you creeping me in my meditations? And okay, this being looked like kind of the movie, the Alien movie. I think it's called Alien, but like, the creepy, dark, like black and with the teeth,
Yeah.
that kind of, but the main feature of this was like this being had the outline of that, but definitely not creepy or scary at all. But the main features were like they had inverted knees, okay, inverted knees. And they had this long head that like stretched out in this like almost like it was almost like bent, stretched out and bent. And what's the most bizarre is they didn't have any sort of other features other than their skin. This is the weirdest thing ever. Their skin looked like a mirror. It was a mirror. The
Ooh,
whole
cool.
skin, the outer layer of the skin was just this reflective material. I didn't see any eyes, nose, mouth, ears. I don't know if I was really even looking at it, but it was just like this. So the outline was so clear to me just because there weren't really any other features to look at because their skin was just this weird, like almost like a shiny metal mirror chrome type of material. I'm like, what?
Sounds
And I
amazing.
remember, so then I finally sat down and had a conversation with this being, and it like in such deep channels, I don't consciously remember what was said, but I did write it all down. And I don't know where, if it was in my notes or if I recorded it with voice memos. I actually don't remember where I recorded it, the conversation, but I tend to find that even with the Galactic Federation summits, I mean, it's really impactful information, but about 30 minutes after the GFL summit, everything is gone from my brain. And I asked this question many years ago because I'm like, why can't I remember what I channel? Like, this is bizarre. Like, literally, like, I can't hold any of this information. And the information that came to me, the reason why is because our human brain, I always look at our biological brain as like an external hard drive, okay? And we only have a certain amount of capacity to hold a certain amount of information. And so it's almost like instantly the information that comes through me gets uploaded to my, I call it cloud storage, which
Mhm.
is kind of the akashic record or your soul's, information. But I call it cloud storage because I'm a techie. And so we take it immediately from the physical hard drive that has only maybe 2 terabytes, and we put it into the cloud storage, which has an infinite number of storage space. And when I need the information, I can pull it very readily and very easily, but my conscious brain just will not hold all of that information because it's simply too much to process, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's super cool. And Do you find that you are going back into your archives for stuff that you've, that's drifted away?
Absolutely. Yeah. The other day I was in a hot tub, actually, when I went to a conference in Sedona, and it was like a full moon. Obviously, it was Sedona, so the energy is really high. And I was sitting in this hot tub and I started to channel. And especially when I'm in water, it's like boom, 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 like just so much information comes through me, like probably 10 solid downloads, like just crazy amounts of information. And halfway through, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my phone. So I can't record the information. I'm always like, I have 2022 downloads, I have 2021 down, like I have like hundreds, if not thousands of downloads per year that I document and write down on my phone because video content, podcast content, whatever, right? So instead of going right up to the cloud right away, so I was kind of freaking out. I'm like, should I get out of the hot tub and like go get my phone and record all these downloads? And the message came through from my higher self. No, you know that you already have this. And when it needs to be said, when it needs to come out, it will come out. And that conference was, I think, like a week and a half ago. And already 2 of those downloads have come through in my day to day. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because that was like some epic shit that came through. So yeah, so it's like about trusting that you do already have it and you don't need to consciously hang on to everything or document everything that comes through. So yeah.
Hey friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this particular clip, then I have something else I want to tell you about, which is the League of Superconductors. It's a business mastermind that I run to elevate the greatest change makers of our time. That is people that I like to call quantum entrepreneurs, metaphysical, spiritual teachers, healers, coaches, light workers of different types. And this is a year-long business mastermind starting in May of 2022. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking to better fuel your mission by having a business that brings in all the abundance you're looking for, that both operates at the 3D level, serving the people of Earth, and at a multi-dimensional level, bringing in all of the higher wisdom and experience that you have access to. That's what we're doing. So if that sounds like something for you, then you can check out the link below, read a little bit more about the program, what we do each month. And I also invite you to apply for a call with me, a strategy session. We can get to know each other. I'll coach you a little bit, and you can decide if that might be the exact thing that you've been looking for. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.